our head that we're supposed to believe in ourselves, but what if I don't? That was Janice's question, really, is what if I don't believe in myself? And it's an excellent question because we feel like a failure when we can't do all the things that we're told to do as women, right? Well, okay, I know what I'm supposed to do, but I don't know how to do it. This is how you form different patterns, is by noticing the patterns you have and consciously, because you're running unconscious patterns right now. So the way that you develop your belief systems and the way that you live a lifestyle of forgiveness and the way that you choose femininity, what we're getting ready to talk about, the way that you live in truth is by forming a new pathway. And it's not natural at first. It feels clunky. It's like, have you guys ever, who knows how to drive a stick shift? Anybody? My dad would not let me get my driver's license until I knew how to drive a stick shift because he felt like that wasn't really driving if you were driving an automatic transmission, and now they hardly exist. But I remember I was 16 years old and I'm in the parking lot and I'm driving my dad's pickup and I'm like, okay, push the clutch in, put it in gear, and I don't know how to drive. So I'm also learning, put the blinker on, make the turn, let the clutch out slowly while pushing the gas down. And there's like 15 things that you're trying to do, and the car's like, and it stalls out. And you guys know, if you've learned on a stick shift, you know what I'm talking about. But after you've done it a while, it's just like, you're drinking coffee, putting lipstick on, listening to the radio, throwing it in gear, no problem. And it's the same thing. But what happens with our healing and what happens with our awakening, if you want to call it that, or enlightenment, there's lots of different ways to characterize it. What happens with that is that we're like doing that. We're learning a new way. We're learning a new way of thinking. We're learning a new way of being. And it feels clunky. And so we're like, I can't do this. I'm not able to do this. And we judge our own healing process and we quit and we go back to the patterns of how we believe we are. Happens all the time. And those are like the stops and the starts and the stops and the starts of our healing process. And it's okay, it's part of it. But the way that the way that you build the belief tables, the way that you develop the stronger belief is by giving yourself opportunities to experience the new reality over and over and over again. How does somebody build trust? The thing that is at the core of what Janice was asking, and this is what I was listening for, and you gave it to me. The thing that was at the core of what she was asking for is, how can I trust myself? How can I believe in myself? How can I build trust with myself? How do you build trust with anyone else? You keep showing up. Think about the person you trust the most in your life. You know, I was out taking pictures with Josh this morning, and Fiona came up and she asked me for the password to my laptop. And I gave it to her and I said, keep that somewhere safe because that's the password to my bank accounts, that's the password to my investments, that's the password to all of my sensitive documents. And Josh goes, oh, whoa, you must trust her. And I'm like, with my life. But that didn't just happen. The reason I trust Fiona with my life is because Fiona has shown me over and over and over and over and over again that she's trustworthy and that she takes my affairs as seriously as she would take her own affairs. She takes ownership and she shows up that way, and I trust her with my life because of that. So the question of how do I start believing in myself, how do I build trust with myself, is the same way. See, you're coming from a paradigm, Janice, of having broken trust with yourself, of not showing up for yourself. You realize that? You feel that? So the way that you build trust is slowly, over time, by showing up for yourself and showing your own self that you will take your dreams seriously.